exactly what you want to see. Let's run this puppy in. Score a touchdown and tie this game. Life, run for your life, touchdown on one play. Worked on this in practice. Touchdown. It's up to Kelvin Benjamin. This is all you, buddy. Kelvin Benjamin for a touchdown. Oh, he toasted his man. Holmes toasted his man. Spin move. Oh! Oh! What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the video here in the Water Juice channel, and welcome back to the Milwaukee Brewers Legends Fantasy Draft Series here on MLB The Show 22. That is right, we start our first off-season of the series here in this episode, and everybody knows that in a Legends Fantasy Draft Series, the off-season is the most important part, so we've got to crack down. We've got to get some pieces to help this team, especially in the pitching rotation, because if you remember from last episode in the playoff special, we crumbled in the NLDS. I couldn't rely on my ace, Randy Johnson. I couldn't rely on my other pitchers like Madison Bumgarner. We could really only rely on Dontrelle Willis. That's all we could do. And he didn't even play in that last game because I gave the start to Madison Bumgarner thinking, oh, Bumgarner was pitching so well in the postseason, he might as well get the start against the Braves in the final game, the elimination game. And what do you know? We lost, we couldn't come back, and we got bumped out in the NLDS by the Braves. That hopefully will not happen again. Next season, we go to the World Series, we win the World Series. That's the goal. But it starts here in the offseason. I hope you guys are excited. Smash that like button, subscribe channel, join the Juice Club. Let's get right to it. Here we are in the offseason. Free agency is in 6 days, but we have exclusive free agents. There's not anybody like super massive that we have to absolutely bring back, but I will bring back some of these guys specifically for just like depth players and stuff. So we'll offer Clayton Kershaw some money, bring him back, Dansby Swanson, maybe not on a 5-year deal, but I'll offer you a 3-year deal. We'll bring those 3 guys back. These guys, I mean, we don't necessarily need them. I mean, maybe just for depth, we could bring them back. I don't really know. I'll tender an offer to them. I'll do that to Gary Sanchez. I mean, Anthony Bass, sure. Nick Vincent, sure, I guess. We'll bring everybody back. We'll do that. Review the staff. We do have to bring some new guys in. I'm going to keep Craig Counsell around. I do like Craig Counsell, but for hitting coaches, we need to get a new hitting coach in here. Ron Washington is interesting, but he has -2 to clutch. AJ Hinch has -3 to bunting. That's not actually that bad because bunting doesn't really matter to us that much. So I'm going to offer AJ Hinch a big-time contract to be our hitting coach. We also need a first base coach is the other guy that we need. So who's good here? We got Greg Cordero, -2 to fielding, arm accuracy. Oh, okay. Rennie Rasmussen has A attribute grades and pretty good stuff, so we will offer him a contract as well. So that should be the 2 pitching or the 2 staff moves that we need to make. And AJ Hinch has accepted our contract to be our hitting coach, and Rasmussen accepts the contract to be the first base coach. That's big. We got a lot of those guys back. Well, a couple of those guys back. Kershaw's back. And now we are about to be into free agency. All right, let's go into free agency. Yes, I would like to stop simulating because it is almost free agent time. And now it is. Free agency is open. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Free agency is open. Everybody's here. This is going to be massive. Now, there are qualifying offers, so we will have to give up draft picks if we want to sign these guys. But that's not a big deal because draft picks don't really matter in a Legends Fantasy Draft Series. The only things that matter with draft picks is possible trade pieces. So, with these guys here, we have some contracts to tender as well. So I will go and do that really quickly. We'll bring back Lodolo. We'll bring back Matthew Nelson. We will bring back Hunter Green, obviously. Vargas can come. Actually, no. Withdraw that offer. That was way too big of a contract for Vargas. We'll do that. We'll offer Marcano a contract. I'll just bring these guys back simply because of depth. That is really the only reason why I'm bringing these guys back. It is a depth play. Josh Lowe can come back. You can come back. Castillo can come back. Hoy Park can get out of here. He's deep potential, not very good. You can get out of here. Aiken, actually withdraw that. That's a 5-year deal. I'm not gonna lock myself in on a 5-year deal, no matter how cheap it is. There we go. Joe Adele can come back. That's for sure. Mason Thompson can leave. Taylor Trammell can come back. You can leave. Flores can come back, I guess. Alec Marsh can come back. I'll bring back everybody that's C potential and higher, mainly because it's going to be a cheap contract. But D potential, we just really don't have any use for you. So those guys can basically just walk away. I'm only bringing these guys back because of depth. To fill out the minor league roster is basically all that I'm doing here. So Toribo can come back. Garcia on not a 5-year deal. Levine can come back. And then Perez, not on a 5-year deal. They're trying to sneak these 5-year deals in there, and I'm starting to get caught off guard a little bit. All right, so the deep potential guys can go away, at least for now. Salary arbitration, we've got a couple guys in here that are pretty interesting, like Jack Flaherty. Do we just offer salary arbitration? That could be interesting. So let's go with about 10 million. I'll pay him in salary arbitration. That's fine. He should. I wouldn't be opposed to paying that. And I wouldn't be opposed to paying 1.5 for Kenyon Middleton. The other guys, I'll just pay like 2 million for you. No Ramirez. I will pay Sir Anthony Dominguez like 950K, I guess. We'll go there. Tim Hill will pay, 1.7. Chris Stratton will pay 3.1. Ian Kroll will get, like 850, I guess. 850 works. Rafael Dolis, he will get 800K. And then Blaine Hardy can get 800K as well. All right, so that's all the arbitration offered. Perfect. Now it's time for free agency. But I need to make sure that we're going and getting positions that we actually need and not just getting players that are good. So let's go to the lineup here. We could use a better DH. Giancarlo's good, but we could use a better DH. We could use a better left fielder and maybe a better catcher. I mean, we have Big Papi too as a DH, so it's not like the worst thing in the world. But starting pitching, what's our starting pitching gonna need? Pitcher rotation. I like these three, I really do, but I don't know if I can trust Randy Johnson in the postseason. He proved that I couldn't. He proved that I couldn't trust him last year. So starting pitching, Tom Seaver, Greg Maddux. Obviously, there's all the good pitchers are here. Who are we willing to give up a first-round pick for, or give up a draft pick for? Probably Pedro Martinez. Maybe Babe Ruth too. Babe Ruth had a great contract, or a great year. What did he do hitting-wise? He had 49 home runs. Babe Ruth had an amazing season. He could be our Shohei Ohtani. I'm going to offer Pedro Martinez a contract. Now, he might not accept it because... Oh, hello. So we offered him the max. I have to give him a 13-year deal? A 14 or a 12-year deal for him to be interested? That's crazy. That's actually crazy. What do I have to give Babe Ruth for him to be interested? A 9-year deal? The contracts you have to give out in a Legends series is actually crazy. A 10-year deal, that's a little bit over what the Mets are offering. Relief pitching, we certainly could use some relief pitching. Our relief pitching was struggling in the playoffs, so we can certainly look here to bring in another relief pitcher. Maybe we try and bring in a Billy Wagner type or an Eric Gagne. That could be interesting. How good of a season did he have? He went 3-6, 4 saves, 7 blown saves, a 5.91 ERA. He didn't really have that great of a year. What about Goose Gossage? 2-5. He had a worse year. John Smoltz, the young John Smoltz, went 14-5. Why did he have so many? Why did he play in so many games? Lee Smith. What about Christy Mathewson? 2-2. Oh, Christy Mathewson had a great year. I will offer you a contract, Christy. You had a very good season. And I will not be shy with my paycheck. I will give you all the money. So we will offer him a contract. Our closing pitcher, who's our closing pitcher right now? Is it, it's Gallegos. I couldn't remember if it was Gallegos or not. So it is Gallegos. I'm fine with having Gallegos as the closing pitcher, although I would like to have like one of these top guys, but maybe we go for him. Maybe we go for like a Mariano Rivera. I mean, it's Mariano Rivera. I'll offer him a contract. If he accepts, he accepts. Catcher, I do need a new catcher, or not a new catcher, but we are looking for a different catcher. Johnny Bench, he's not really interested in that contract. Gary Carter, Joe Torre. Joe Mauer's also here. That would be very cool. I wouldn't hate Joe Mauer or Johnny Bench, really. Those are the two guys that I'm keying in on. Gary Carter could be cool. He had a good season, 23 home runs, only 16 from Mauer, 26 from Johnny Bench, and he's 23. Joe Mauer's 27. Gary Carter's 27 as well. He had a good year slugging, decent average. What's the catcher that we'd go for? Pudge? I mean, Pudge would be cool, but I'm not really looking for Pudge. Piazza is the obvious power catcher. Like, that's who we go with if we want power, but who's got the better defensive stats? So, fielding, 91 for Johnny Bench. 89 blocking. Johnny Bench is the obvious better choice. But I just don't know. I think I'd rather have Joe Mauer. Let's offer Joe Mauer a contract. Mainly because we had Johnny Bench in the Yankee series, so that kind of deters me from getting him again. But if we offer Joe Mauer an 8-year deal, he accepts, or he likes that better. All right, that's interesting. I like what we have so far. I really do. And let's keep going. Let's keep getting more guys on the roster. I think that if we go through each position, we sign some other guys, I think we'll be in a good spot. Okay, so let's keep looking around the free agency, seeing if there's anybody else that I want to make a play at. Lou Gehrig is somebody that I've wanted, and I never got in my Yankees series last year. I have kind of wanted him, and I think I might offer him a contract. I know we've got Albert Pujols, David Ortiz, all kinds of players, but Lou Gehrig is somebody that I have wanted, and we might have to offer him a massive contract if we want him. Even 10 years isn't going to be good enough. Maybe Lou Gehrig is not possible. I'd have to offer him a 15-year contract. I don't think I can offer him a 15-year contract. Let's withdraw the offer from Lou Gehrig there. I think he might just be a little bit too hard to get. Another guy that I'd like to have is Tony Perez, but maybe not right now. Second base, we have Jackie Robinson, so it's not like a dire need to get a second baseman. Third baseman, we have Miguel Cabrera, but we could always use another third baseman. Chipper Jones could be it. Mike Schmidt is an interesting one. Wade Boggs is also an interesting one. Wade Boggs might be the guy. It's either him or Mike Schmidt. That's who I'm thinking. Mike Schmidt had more home runs. He's got 98 power. What is Wade Boggs? Wade Boggs doesn't really have the power. He's got the contact, but he doesn't have the power. Let's go Mike Schmidt. A 5-year contract. That is not going to be good enough, it looks like. So we're going to have to bump up the money a little bit. Does that put us ahead? That doesn't put us ahead because the the Rockies are offering him a 9-year contract. I don't know if I can offer him that. Shortstop. Don't really need. Left field. Is Barry Bonds in here? Barry Bonds is not a part of the free agency. Did he get re-signed or something? Because Barry Bonds is somebody that I want to have. What team was Barry Bonds on? I don't even remember. Oh, he was on the Astros, I think. He was on the Astros. I'm pretty sure he was. There he is. Yeah, he doesn't have... His contract is... He must have got picked up in the other stuff. Because he had a great season. He had an absolutely great season. Mickey Mantle. We had Mickey Mantle before. There's Bryce Harper. Gary Sheffield. Hank Aaron could be cool. There's the other Ken Griffey Jr. We have the older one. Jason Bay had 37 home runs. Minnie Manuso had 35. Lugon had 38, 257 average, 504 slugging. I am a fan of Adam Dunn. Adam Dunn, one of my favorite players of all time. Just because he's Adam Dunn. So I'll offer him a contract. Center field, Mickey Mantle maybe. Or maybe we go down here and get somebody lesser, like a Juan Pierre who's really fast. That could be good. We could use another guy that's super fast. What about Tory Hunter? Tory Hunter's got power. He's got a decent amount of speed. 33 home runs. Shane Victorino. Jim Edmonds. You know what? I might offer both Jim Edmonds and Juan Pierre. Because I like the both of them. Let's offer both Juan Pierre. He wants a shorter contract, which works for me. So let's offer the both of those guys. And then at right field, it's really nothing crazy. Jason Hayward doesn't really have the power that I'm looking for in right field. Bryce Harper's got power. Let's offer Bryce Harper. It's Bryce freaking Harper. We might as well offer him a deal. We'll see if that gets accepted. So our offers are pretty massive. We're going big in free agency, ladies and gentlemen. I think that's everybody that I want to offer right now. Hopefully we get the 2 starting pitchers. That would be pretty big. But let's go to the next day and see what happens here. Juan Pierre signs a deal with us. So does Mike Schmidt. So does Christy Mathewson. So we got a few of the guys that we offered. We're still in the lead for everybody but Jim Edmonds. So let's redo the offer here for Jim. Did he want to? No, he wanted more money. Let's redo the offer for Jim. I'll probably put it 135. We'll see, 135.5. That doesn't get it done. He probably wants more years is what he wants. So let's go 8 years, 190. 8 years, 190. We'll see if he accepts that. We're in the lead for everybody else. Let's go another day and see what happens. Nothing happened. Nobody signed. Ooh, Eric Davis. I love Eric Davis. I got off Eric Davis' contract. I love Eric Davis, man. He's one of my favorite Reds of all time. He was so good when he was on the Reds. I got to offer a contract to him. Another day, still not enough people signed. We're in the lead for these guys right now. The Jim Edmonds deal's kind of looking like it's not going to happen. A lot of guys getting signed. We got the main guys, which was like the relief pitcher Christy Mathewson. That was a big one because that helps our bullpen out a lot. Derek Jeter re-signed with the Guardians. Babe Ruth is still here. So is Pedro Martinez. Those guys are trying to figure out what contract they want to sign. Did we get anybody new that I missed? Jackie Robinson's back. He wasn't one of the guys. It doesn't look like we got anybody new. So we go a couple more days. There's Jeff Bagwell. We're still waiting. We're still waiting on some big name players to choose what they want to do. And we're still waiting on salary arbitration for a lot of those guys. The tender contracts, we're waiting on those guys. This is going to be pretty big to see what happens. 2 more days go by, and we are still waiting on most of the players that we are looking for here. They're taking their time, that's for sure. Oh, here we go. Gary Sanchez decided to accept the qualifying offer. Okay, so cool. The 40-man roster must be set tomorrow. Yes, I'll stop simulating because we got to get the 40-man roster set. Babe Ruth, some of these guys are still up for contracts. They're still waiting, but we got to set our 40-man roster right now. And I don't need you on the 40-man. Don't need you on the 40-man. Nick Vincent, I don't really care about having on the 40-man or not. We have 39 players on the 40-man roster. Who are some guys that I would like to have starting pitcher-wise? Josiah Gray, I probably want to have on the 40-man so he can't go to the thingy. And then Keegan Aiken doesn't really matter. Mason Thompson I could take off the 40-man. Nobody else down here really matters. No, not in starting pitching. What about relief pitching? Taylor Clark could take or leave. Gallegos, Middleton, if he wants to get taken in the Rule 5 draft, then he can. The catchers are good. The first baseman, Evan Thompson, Luis Taribo. I probably want to keep Luis Taribo around, so we'll have him. Second base. Where's the 40-man at? There it is. I passed it. Vargas, Marcano, probably want to keep around. Oh, I can't because we are out of spots. So that means Nick Vincent, nobody's gonna take him, so we'll keep him around. Hoy Park, I don't care if anybody takes him really. Chris Stratton, nobody's gonna take him either. What'd that say? Oh, he's been offered salary arbitration. Okay, so all right. Other than that, let's go back and put. Who was it that I wanted to put on? It was Marcano, right? Yeah, Marcano will put on the 40-man. Make sure nobody takes him. Third base, all these guys should be on there. Shortstop, all the main guys are on there. Left field, don't care about. Center field, Taylor Trammell is the only guy that I'd like to have on there. And then right field, Joe Adele, got to have him on there. But we can't. So let's go make one more spot for Joe Adele, and that should be the last person that we have to make room for. And we can take off Tim Hill because nobody's going to want Tim Hill. Oh, he's been offered salary arbitration. All right, whatever. Gary Sanchez, we will take him off because nobody's going to want Gary Sanchez. If somebody wants Gary Sanchez, that's totally fine. But we got to have Joe Adele on here. So there, I think that is good enough for... I think that's good enough for the 40-man roster. Everybody that I want, at least that I can think of right now, is on the 40-man, so they won't get taken away from us. But let's keep moving. So more players not accepting contracts. No, I don't want to go to trade talks. We are still waiting on all of these guys to accept their contracts. That's crazy to think about, that they still haven't accepted. We have 41 players on the 40-man. So who got signed? Did we sign somebody new? I can't tell if we signed anybody new, but somebody's on the 40-man that shouldn't be. So who's on there? Who got signed? Is it Chris Stratton now? Can we remove him? No, he still hasn't accepted his thing yet. Oh, it might have been Anthony Bass. That's who it is. Yeah, we'll send Anthony Bass down. All right, let's keep going. Today's the last day to offer salary arbitration. I've offered arbitration to everybody, so we should just move forward on that. But free agency, we're still waiting. We are still waiting on these guys. They're being a little bit stubborn. Pedro signs with us. Piazza goes to the Red Sox. Ruth comes to the Brewers. Walter Johnson goes to us. So some big-time signings. Pedro and Babe Ruth come to us. That's massive. We don't have that much longer to go in free agency now. We can skip a couple more days. We have to fix the 40-man roster. We have too many people on it. So let's bring down... Who has signed their arbitration contracts? We're still waiting on these guys. That's kind of annoying that we have to wait on those guys. But let's see. Who can we take off? Tim Hill we're still waiting on. It's going to have to be some of these lower rated guys. Like, I guess Taribo can get moved off if we have to. And probably Marcano. I don't think anybody's going to go for Marcano. So we'll move those two guys off. We'll keep on moving forward. Some more days. And we're still waiting on a lot of these guys. Jorge Polanco got traded to the Tigers. That's a big move. Eric Davis or Oral Hershiser goes to the Mariners. Mariano Rivera to the Brewers. Bruce Sutter. Hank Aaron. Okay. So we got some more guys. We're still waiting on a couple more. Still waiting on a couple more. We have to fix the 40-man again. Let's see. Who can we take off? We can take off Matthew Nelson, probably. Did we get more arbitration guys? No, they're all still waiting on their arbitration. I should have just offered them deals instead of arbitration. We can take off Jeremy Pena, I guess. And we can take off Josh Lowe. Now, those guys might get taken, for sure. But it's not the biggest deal in the world, I guess, if they do. Okay, those are the tender contract things, so we will skip through that. And I'm guessing we got all the tender contract guys. So can I move Chris Stratton off the 40-man now? He's been offered salary arbitration. Oh, okay, so I guess that was only the deal if we could offer them. Like, that was the last time we could actually offer them contracts. But we're still waiting on guys. Yeah, we're still waiting on guys, and we still have a decent amount of... There goes Jim Edmonds, Adam Dunn, Jason Bay, Fergie Jenkins, Joe Mauer. Okay, so who's the only guy that we have left? There should be one more. Yeah, it's Bryce Harper. Bryce Harper's the last guy to fall. We'll take off Taylor Trammell. We'll take off Josiah Gray. Peguero will take off. These guys certainly could get taken in the whatchamacallit draft. But I don't think that they will. I mean, they might. Who really knows? Alright, let's go move forward. Bryce Harper comes to the club. So I think we got everybody. We got everybody that I offered. Yeah, we signed everybody that I offered. So that's awesome. Let's just keep going. Blake Snell gets traded to the Phillies. That's crazy. Ryan Sandberg gets signed by the Phillies. Here goes the Rule 5 player draft. There goes Gary Sanchez. Somebody actually took Gary Sanchez. That's pretty crazy. Okay, so let's see the first round. Anybody that's on our team besides Gary Sanchez get taken. It doesn't look like it. I don't see anybody else that's on our team. Oscar Mercado got taken. I'm not seeing any players go. I think we only lost Gary Sanchez, which is not a bad thing. We only lost Gary Sanchez. We should still have. There's all those guys. There's Porter. Yeah, we still have all the 50 player, the top 50 prospects that I let go, or that I put onto off the 40-man. Ryan McMahon gets traded to the Cardinals. Todd Helton signs with the Yankees. Tony Gwynn with the Rockies. Pudge goes to the Cubs. Houston Street goes to the Tigers. Catfish Hunter to the Mets. Mickey Mantle with the Cardinals. I just couldn't compete with the offers for Mickey Mantle. Mike Pryor goes to the Diamondbacks. George Brett to the Mets. Ralph Kiner to the Nationals. Some interesting players getting signed. Frank Thomas still out there in free agency. There's still some really good players in free agency, but they've got offers they just got to decide on. I think we're done spending money in free agency. I think we spent enough. Al Kaline goes to the Mets. Mets are spending a lot of money too. Grady Sizemore to the Red Sox. Chipper Jones to the Mets. Raleigh Fingers to the Angels on a one-year deal. Billy Wagner Mariners. Eric Gagne Blue Jays. Ron Guidry to the Texas Rangers. Jared Weaver to the Mets. And now we're into February. Rob Dibble to the Rockies. Red Sox get Kerry Wood. Andrew McCutchen to the Braves, Cole Hamels to the White Sox, Eddie Murray to the Mets. Now people are starting to go off the board. There goes the other Babe Ruth to the Padres, Kenny Lofton, Johnny Damon, Soriano, Prince Fielder. Yeah, here comes everybody. All the big-time names getting signed here. That's a lot of players. Jeez, how many players needed to get signed? That's absolutely wild that all those guys got signed. And there's still some pretty decent players left in free agency after all that. That's pretty crazy. But now we go to arbitration. So they sided with Ramirez, so we'll pay him $1.4 million. The arbitration hearing sided with us, so we'll pay him $1.7. They sided with Middleton, so we'll pay him $992, which isn't bad. Dolis, they signed with him, so we'll pay him $700K. Chipper Jones got signed. Honus Wagner. They sided with Stratton, so we're paying him $3 million. They sided with Hardy, so we're paying him $700K. And they sided with Dominguez, so we're paying him $1.2. And Flaherty, they sided with us, so we're paying him $10 million. Kroll sided with Kroll. Okay, so that's all the arbitration stuff. So now with the roster figured out, everybody's here. I think we've gotten better. I think we've gotten a lot better. How I'm gonna do it is I'm gonna keep Flaherty in the bigs because we're not gonna pitch Babe Ruth in the rotation, at least not for the start of the season. I want him to be solely our DH. I want him to be our DH. Then we'll have Randy Johnson, Pedro, Bumgarner, Willis, and Flaherty in the rotation. So I think we don't have any. Yeah, we don't have any renewed contracts, so we can just move forward to the spring training stuff. Here's spring training. All right, that's gonna be the end of the off season. I will get all the spring training stuff figured out, and I will see you guys at opening day next episode. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. We brought in a lot of new talent to this team. I hope it helps us win a World Series next episode, or next season, not next episode, next season. Hopefully that's the case. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.